Hi, we're here with Scotty from Big Bad Voodoo Daddy, the third annual Tempe Music Festival. How you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Great set. Band threw in a little bit of Nirvana Smells Like Teen Spirit at the end of the show. What was that about?
It's all about rock and roll, man. It's the smell of team spirit out there.
Tell me about, as a musician, playing a show in the day has got to be different for you than the usual gig. Is it distracting to you to see the sunlight?
No, you know what? We're on the road like 210 to 225 days a year, so we play pretty much every situation. And we play so much that, excuse me, you just pick up whatever the vibe is of the day. Like, I'll look out in the crowd and I won't make a set list until 5 minutes I'm going on the stage because I want to see who's out there. And just by doing it so many times, you just kind of know what's going to happen. And then on a day gig, you just keep it kind of open because you just let it, you let the people kind of dictate what they want to do. Like, we could have easily gone into like a good 20 or 30 minutes of just like full-on second-line New Orleans kind of stuff that just, but the crowd just seemed like they wanted to boogie and dance today.
That's great. I understand in other concerts you're playing with symphony orchestras. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, earlier last year, the U.S. Air Force hired us to come out and play at Congressional Hall with them in Washington, D.C., and they did scores of concert symphonies for us. So we came out, and essentially what happens is we play our show, and then they've scored the symphony around us. So it's Big Bad Voodoo Daddy with 72 extra members, man. It's pretty intense. I always tell people in the beginning to at least go see it for the fact that if we crash on stage, if something happens, it's a real big train wreck, and it's going to be cool.
Are you going to be taking that show around the country at all? We'd love to see that come through town here.
I'd like to bring it here. Yeah, we've done about almost 3 dozen now. We've played all over the country now. We played in Canada as well, and it's sort of really starting to get honed in now. So I wouldn't see why it wouldn't come here.
That's got to be, taking a band as big as yours on the road is a production, but let alone groups that big. I'm sure that you play with symphonies in the towns that you go to, but just the logistics of organizing that's got to be huge.
Well, what's really great though is you don't have to rehearse it because all the symphonies across the country, they're the top players, they're the top symphony orchestral players, pretty much either in the state or the country. So it's amazing as you show up that day, you rehearse one time through, and you play that night. We usually play 2 nights in a hall. It's incredible. The musicianship is great because you challenge yourself as an artist too. You have to play at the top of your game. There's no time for messing around. It's like driving a big Cadillac. I'm used to driving a little Ferrari sports car because Big Bad, we play all the time. We don't recharge. We're all straight up. But you play with the big symphony, man, and there's no turning, man. You want to stop that baby. You got to stop it slow and easy.
It's like an 18-wheeler or something like that. Well, what's coming up next for Big Bad Voodoo Daddy? What's coming up?
We're writing a new record right now, and another just a full summer of. We're pretty much leaving. Actually, we leave on Wednesday, and then we don't come back pretty much until after Christmas. So it's a full schedule. Just play tour all over the country.
And are all of those solo shows with? Not solo with the band, or some of those going to be symphony shows as well? Do you have any of those slated on the upcoming schedule?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I think there's about probably another at least 10 more to go this year for symphonies. Yeah, earlier this year, or actually end of last year, August of 2004, we did 2 nights. We're from Los Angeles, and we did 2 nights at the Hollywood Bowl with the LA Philharmonic, which we thought was as good as it gets. Where we come from, that's the top of the top. But in the summertime, we're doing Chastain Park in Atlanta, which is unbelievable. It's the most beautiful place you could play, and we're playing with the Atlanta Symphony as well. So there's another real high mark. Next one is Boston Pops.
That's terrific. Any other comments you want to add for the fans here in Phoenix?
Killer place, killer show, good times always when we come here. It's a great place. Big Bad loves it out here, man. I swear.
He ain't lying. Come on.
Come on.
Big Bad Voodoo Daddy in the house. Thank you a lot, Scott.
Cheers.